Hello everyone, welcome you all to ATM Creations. In this video, we are jumping into very basics of creating a mandala, and that is how to draw circles and grids. Let's get started with circles and grids now. Let me tell you some of the materials required to create mandala circles and grids. First one is the ruler. I have a 60 centimeter ruler here and also a 30 centimeter ruler. And there are two types of protractor that I have. One is 360 degree one. The other one is the normal that you find in geometry box. That's 180 degrees. And you definitely need a compass, a pencil, and if at all you make any mistakes, you need an eraser too. There are multiple methods to figure out the center, but this is the method that I personally follow. Here I have an A4 sized sketchbook paper. So I'll keep this 60 centimeter scale joining the diagonal corners of the paper, and towards the center I'll just draw a line. So if you see, there is a line here. Now what I'm going to do is I'll keep the ruler joining the opposite diagonal corners. Now wherever the ruler and the line that I drew earlier meets, that's the center. So I'll just keep a dot there. Now this is the center of this entire page. Let me erase the extra line here and keep only the dot. Now what I'll do next is to draw a circle as big as possible. So this is the circle that I'm drawing now. So I'm sure the circle is visible. Now the next step is I'm going to draw a line dividing this big circle into half. So step 1, you figure out the center. Step 2, draw a bigger circle. Step 3, you draw a line that divides the circle into two halves. And after this, I'll keep the paper like this. People use any one of the protractors. This is a 360 degree protractor and this is 180 degree protractor. You can use either one of these. I generally use this 360 degree because it becomes easier. Now to place the protractor, if you see this 0 and 180 is there in the protractor, so that should exactly fall on the line, and the center point of this protractor should be in sync with the point here. So this is how I'm going to place my protractor. So once the protractor is placed, now you can mark the angles. Let's say this is how I'm going to do. Let's say I'll mark the angle at every 30 degrees. So I'll mark it here at 30. The next one is 60 and 90, 120, 150. The 0 and 180 falls on the line already, and then I'll move on to 210, 240, 270, 300, 330, and 360 and 0 is on the same point again. Now once the angle is marked, you can remove the protractor, and after that, see, there are 2 points which are straight to each other. So I'm going to join those 2 dots. Now if ever you want to check if you have marked the angles right, when you try to join any 2 dots, the line should always pass through the center dot. If it is passing through the center dot, which means your angle that you have marked is right. See, now you have 4 portions of the circle: quadrant 1, 2, 3 and 4, and in each quadrant you have 2 dots to be connected. Now what I'm going to do is I'll take 0 and 180 as a baseline, 1 point above this and 1 point below this. So these are the 2 dots that I need to connect now. So when I place the ruler, the line is passing through the center dot, which means I have marked the angles right. Now one more dot above and one dot below. So these two dots is what I need to connect now. Similarly, one dot above and one dot below. So these two dots I need to connect next. So there are only two more dots left to be connected. Let's do that. So we drew one circle, divided the circle into half, marked the angles at 30, 60, 90, 120 and 150, and we followed the same pattern here and then connected the dots. Now we need to make more circles so that the grids are visible. You can draw random circles according to the designs that you want to draw. I'm going to draw some two circles just to show you as an example. I'll draw one more circle. This is how you draw circles and grids for any mandala that you want to create. Let me quickly reinforce the learning of how to draw a mandala. So take an A4 sheet, keep a 60 centimeter ruler, connecting the diagonal corner of the sheet, draw a line, and keep the ruler in the opposite diagonal corner. Wherever the line and the ruler meets is the center, so mark it. So once you mark the center, I'm going to erase the rest of the line that I created earlier. So step 1, figuring out the center is done. Now I'm going to draw a circle. Step 1, we figured out the center. Step 2, we drew a circle. Now step 3, I'm going to draw a line that divides a circle into two halves. And this time, I'll use this 180 degree protractor. Now I'm going to mark the angles every 20 degrees. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160. So this is 0 and this is 180. Now you can turn the protractor around. Do the same thing again. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. This is 120, 140, 160. So now you have the angles marked. So 0 and 180 falls here. The angles are 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140 and 160. The same thing I have done in the other part of the circle. Now the next step is to connect the dots. So this time if you see, you don't have a dot that connects exact straight to divide the circle into 4 quadrants. This is a little different. So now what we need to do is one dot here and one dot here. So connect these two. So while you are connecting the dots, you need to be very, very slow to make sure you are doing it right. So we found the center, we drew the circle, we divided it into half by drawing a line, and then we found the angles, marked the angles, connected the dots. That's what we have done so far. Now if you want to create more circles, you can certainly do that. So in both the examples, we drew random circles. What I mean by random circle is we did not measure the radius and draw circles. We just drew them. Now if you want to draw measured circles, So the first step, find the center, draw the bigger circle, divide it using a line, and after that you can use a ruler and mark the radius here, and according to the radius you can then draw these circles. It's going to look the same. So I'm sure all of you understood how to create basic circles and grids for drawing a mandala. Thank you for watching this video.